Well, 13 games in, and we are still above the relegation zone. Somehow, the last 3 games we've been undefeated. It appears that we can beat the teams below us, but can't beat any teams above us. Did I mention that we have the top scorer in the Premier League? Welcome back, folks. Hard to believe it is episode number 62 of my Taskmaster FC save here. We're trying to get Chesham United all the way to the Premier League and beyond. We've made it there, and as you can see, we are surviving. I wouldn't say we're thriving, but we are definitely surviving off of a good run of form over the last couple of games. If you take a look at the schedule, since you were last with me, we were blown out by Fulham and lost, I'll say narrowly, 2-0, not great, but lost to Manchester United. We did go ahead and beat Leeds United in the Carabao Cup 4th round, setting up a match against Nottingham Forest in the quarterfinal. We lost home to Tottenham. We drew against Everton. And I got this message that said that I'm unwilling to tweak with the tactic. So for the very first time in the entire save, I tweaked with the tactic. So instead of going with the 2-4-2 that I've been going with, I went with a 4-2-3-1, and that has led to some very surprising and happy results. A 2-0 win over Burnley and a 2-0 win over Sheffield United have propelled us to mid-table in the Premier League. If I go and move this down here to where it says Premier League, my cat's going to join, so I apologize. It truly is an impeccable set of circumstances that has brought us to this point in the season. 13 games in, 14 points. Again, we're kind of shooting for that 40-point range, so we're on par. Again, we're not always going to be competing against teams that are worse than us. But one of the biggest helps so far this season has been Sophie Willen, who has scored 9 goals so far in 9 games. So, needless to say, Sophie Willen, even though on loan, will more than likely be permanently added to the squad, considering I only have to pay £1.1 million. Speaking of money that we have to spend, if I go take a look at the finances here, I actually got a little cash boost here. Originally, the transfer budget was about £2 million. It's now £16 million. So I've got a little bit of money to spend in the winter or January transfer window. So that is something to be happy about, per se. I was offered a job interview by Liverpool. I did end up just taking it because, well, I can. And I'm not going to jump or anything like that. I just wanted to see, am I capable of being offered a job by Liverpool? I did ask for a pay raise as well, since it's been a year since I've had one, and I'm only making £4,400 per week. I know it sounds terrible to be making that kind of money, but as a Premier League manager, when you look at, let's go down to Bournemouth here. Gareth Southgate is making £50,000 a week, and I'm only making £4,400 per week. Here, if I said year a week before, regardless, I'm making, a 12th of what Gareth Southgate is making. So that being said, I just wanted to bring you back briefly. I'm going to go ahead and sim up to the next match. We will be playing West Ham United today and Aston Villa. So definitely, I think, a winnable game against West Ham. Aston Villa are third, so we may go back to our losing here. But again, these types of run of form where we've got these games where we need to win, these teams that are lower than us in the league, we have to make sure we're picking up points against these teams. That draw against Everton was a bit of a kick in the teeth because we were up 2-0, and then last 10 minutes of the game, we just absolutely blew it. So there's 2 points that we could have had. But again, just making good use of our opportunities. We're not going to win against Arsenal. We're not going to win against Liverpool. Newcastle are going to be tough. I mean, all these teams that are powerhouses in the Premier League are going to be challenging to pick up points. So we've really got to make sure we pick up points against the teams that are lower than us. So hopefully I will bring you back very soon for that West Ham game in just fast forward about 25 seconds into real time, and here we are. We are playing West Ham United, and here is the team that we are going to put forward. We have Bubba in goal defensively, Hugh Dennis, Paul Senna, Babatunde Aleshe, current season of Taskmaster, Alice Levine, Kyle Smith-Bino, and Paul Chowdhury, Aaron Chan, Bob Mortimer, and Asim Chowdhury up top, on the wing, and Sophie Willen, who has scored 13 goals for us this season. I think the moral of the story here is if you can stop Sophie Willen, you can stop us from winning this game. So we're going to keep with the positive mentality. We're just going to continue to move forward and do the best that we absolutely can. And fingers crossed we can pick up another victory today. It would be nice to pick up 3 in 3. Really helps our chances with survival this year. And that's exactly what we are gunning for. We're gunning for survival. There's our team. Looking at West Ham's team. I don't notice anybody. Who's Jay Hunter or Bart Barrett? Do I click? I can't click. That's okay. Let's see. Nothing but a win. Hey. Trust you to make a difference. Trust y'all to make a difference. Trust y'all. Everybody makes a difference. Sophie Willen's just composed, focused, if you will. I have hit a purple patch of goal. Let's keep scoring goals. I think the build-up looks good, and I think we should do good. Descon, you know what? Injuries happen. Let's move on. Please get a win today. God, 3 more points would be absolutely crucial for our survival. 14 points in 13 games. That's pretty good. Ooh, West Ham on the downfall as well. So hopefully we can take advantage of this poor run of form for West Ham and take advantage of our good run of form and just absolutely destroy this team. So let's see what we can do here. We've got the first highlight here. Ball comes back to Paul Sinha. Sinha looks forward, tries to move the ball up the field, can to Paul Chowdhury. Paul Chowdhury looks for Assam Chowdhury. They're not brothers, but they might seem like it. Sophie Willen right over the top of the net. That's a good opportunity wasted. 30 minutes in. And West Ham now with an opportunity. Diouf, that name does look familiar. Back and, I mean, that's jeez. What a weird run of play. Looks like it's off the post and wide open net just goes hanging for West Ham. See if we can take advantage of an opportunity here. Hugh Dennis to Paul Chowdhury. It was all back to Babatunde Aleshe. Did a good job of maintaining possession. Not really just trying to force the ball forward, but just looking for opportunities. Aleshe to Chowdhury. Chowdhury back to Aleshe. Again, we just kind of move the ball around here. Just nice and easy. Just wait for a good opportunity. Mortimer now over to Aaron Chen. This looks like a good scoring opportunity. Chen in the box to Mortimer, who scores. It's 1-0 to Chesham United. 10 minutes into the game. Absolutely beautiful run of play. Nice, easy passing, not forcing anything. Bob Mortimer pulls the player, or pulls the outside back in. Aaron Chen with plenty of room. Mortimer just finds room in the box and just tucks it away nicely. Beating the West Ham goalkeeper 1-0. And that's the type of play you want to see if you want to score goals and you want to win games. Just nice and easy. Don't take too many chances. Really wait for something to open up. And I think it's kind of a big change from us the last couple of weeks to what we've got now is we're not just rushing chances. We're really taking control of matches and taking control of our opportunities. And I think moving that striker back, giving ourselves a little bit more chance of possession with having an attacking midfielder rather than a striker has been absolutely crucial for us. Good opportunity goes missing there as Bob Mortimer takes a free kick and rams it right off the crossbar. Opportunity goes amiss and the highlight ends. 33 minutes in, we are still up 1-0. But as I was saying before, just the addition of that the attacking midfielder there, pulling a player back, I think really gives us a lot more possession, gives us a lot more control of the ball, and you can see that just with our possession and our passing. It's just another person in that midfield that can really help anchor us. And, you know, if our wingers get involved and really help push the outside forward, we can get some crosses into the box and create some opportunities. And again, even with one striker pulled back to that attacking midfielder position, you've got somebody hanging out on the edge of the 18-yard box who can really slot home any rebounds that end up getting collected or pushed out by the keeper. 1-0 going into the second half. Absolutely thrilled with what I've seen so far. Let's continue and let's hope that this continues. As a win right now would be absolutely superb. Everybody looking pretty good so far. I don't see any reason to make any substitutions or anything like that. We're still in control of this match here. Looks like West Ham are going to get an opportunity, but we get the ball. Kyle Smith, Bino, Sophie Willen. That's a goal Sophie Willen needs to be scoring, especially on her good run of form. I mean, that's in the back of the net. This game is essentially done. But we've continued to dominate pretty well. West Ham trying to make a little bit of a comeback here as their XG starts ticking up ever so slightly. I think we can make a couple of changes here so they are playing with a little more caution, a little more discipline here. The player's a little bit tired. I think Sophie Willen just not going to be the striker today, and that is okay. We've got options here. Let's get Munya Chihuahua on. Hasn't been quite as prolific, but still an excellent person to have up top. Everybody's playing really well, though. I don't really want to make changes for the sake of making changes. I'm going to keep that for now. Just get one change on and see if maybe we need to make a substitution here in the next couple of minutes or so. Players start to fatigue a little bit. They make 3 wholesale changes. I think we may end up and doing the same. Maybe not 3, but Mortimer looks tired. Having a good game, though. We'll get John Robbins on. And I think Paul Chowdhury. Mel Brace? No, Mel Bracewell cannot play that position. Goodness. Let's keep that midfield anchored the way it is. Really need to work on my substitutions here. Mel Bracewell. How good is Mel Bracewell? 2.5. Okay. Let's do this. Yeah, that'll work. Let's go ahead and slow some things down too. Sorry, real exciting stuff here. This is what you come to see is me clicking buttons as opposed to actually watching the game here. We're approaching stoppage time here, and if we could just see things out, I will be a very, very happy boy. Oh, and that's what's done here. 1-0. I mean, it wasn't a very exciting game, but boy, 3 points is 3 points. I mean, we held West Ham United, and I couldn't be more thrilled about that. I think this is the formation that's going to work for us. I mean, look at that possession, 76-24, 91% pass completion. Even though we only scored 1 goal, they had nothing going on that entire game. 2 corners. I mean, domination at its finest. That is a fantastic win for us. 3 more points just propels us again further up the table. Very Confucius here. A wise person repairs the roof when it's sunny. Agreed. We won't get too far of ourselves. Profligacy. I've never heard that word before in my life. I'm a fairly educated man. Okay, I didn't really change the standings at all. We're still 14th, but look at how far we are ahead of the relegation zone. That is a very, very promising sign. God, those stats. Oh, I love those stats. Okay, we got 4 days until the Aston Villa game. I'll bring you back here in just a couple moments, and we will go from there. Changes to the game against Aston Villa, other than the fact that we did offer a full contract to Sophie Willen. Unfortunately, Sophie Willen thinks that she's too big for the club, so the $1.1 million transfer fee so far is not going to go through because Sophie Willen thinks she's bigger than the club. So we will just have to wait and see how that continues moving forward. But that being said, we got the exact same starting lineup as we did previously. No point in changing anything if it is going to stay the exact same. So we'll head to the fixtures. We'll go to the tactical meeting. We'll get all this taken care of and ready to go. It says to put Jamali Maddox in, but we're good. We're going to go ahead and get those opposition instructions on. We're going to go ahead and get the scheme started, rocking and rolling, and we will absolutely try to crush Aston Villa today and see if we can get them on the ropes just like we did West Ham United. I'm going to go ahead and say I expect nothing but a win from this match, even though we're playing against a much more challenging team. I trust you to make a difference. Everybody seems inspired. Let's go to the tunnel. We got a great players, a lot of self-belief. Let's keep going. Another home game. I mean, again, a win today. Not saying it secures our survival by any stretch of the imagination, but it certainly goes a long way. Aston Villa doing quite well. Quite a good number of players in their team that I recognize, and they are right near the top of the table. So, fingers crossed we can do something today. Look at me, shaking hands. Look at my suit, him in his little athletic wear, in front of a very, very small crowd here in Chesham. Always hoping for a little bit of larger stadium, but gosh, 5,000 is just not enough for a Premier League squad. But I don't make the rules, so, well, I wish I would. Chowdhury, come on. Sophie Willen scores. Was she offside? I think she timed the run perfectly. That is an absolutely superb way to start this game. 6 minutes in, 1-0. Great vision there. Great job passing again. Just get to the outside. Get to the outside. Chowdhury kind of a cross in. Takes a weird deflection, but Willen's right there to tap the ball in the back of the net. You're not going to see an easier goal scored in FM all year. It says it was a tight offside. Yeah, that was right on par. I mean, it was a lot closer than what I thought it was. It's 1-0. Great start. And hopefully we continue this run moving forward. Bubba clears the ball out to Assam Chowdhury, but unfortunately immediately turned over to Aston Villa as they start moving the ball forward down the right-hand side. Gets the ball into the box. Palmer. Is that the Chelsea Palmer? Not like the name Chelsea Palmer, but the Palmer who's at Chelsea. Or was it? Cole Palmer. There we go. Couldn't remember the name because I don't quite keep up with the Premier League, probably as much as I should, other than my team, Crystal Palace. But aside from that, we're awesome. Hey, 25 minutes in, not a lot going on. Hey, we got a second shot on goal. That's exciting. Possession a little bit more even. And again, Aston Villa here with the highlight in the offensive zone. Gets the ball into the box. It's cleared, but not out. I'm just patiently watching. They're doing to us what we did to West Ham the other day. Cole Palmer in the box. Ooh! Sorry. Off the post. Good opportunity for Aston Villa. Lucky not to be tied 1-1 here. See if we can get something going here. Bubba clears the ball. Again, not out. Kyle Smith, Bino to Chowdhury down the line. Can we get a second one here? Be absolutely lovely. Chowdhury to Alice Levine. Levine lumps the ball forward. Willen. Oh, what a beautiful goal. Sophie Willen scores. Second of the game. 2-0. And maybe Sophie Willen is too big for this club. I mean, this is her, I think, 11th Premier League goal in 11 games. Yeah, I'd say maybe a little bit bigger than what we've got going on here, but we will take advantage of the goals all we can for the rest of this season. It's 2-0 Chesham United. Possibly undeservedly so. We've only had 3 opportunities. Can we get a third here? Looks like a free kick in a very dangerous area. Who's going to take it? Hugh Dennis is going to take this and whip it into the box. Can. Nobody gets on it. Aleshe to Chen. Weird little deflection there. It gets deflected and over the top of the net, and it will be a corner. Bob Mortimer to take this as we approach halftime. Into the box. Sinnock can't get a header on it. Comes out to Kyle Smith Bino, and that will end the highlight. And we coast into halftime with a 2-0 lead. Absolutely superb, both offensively and defensively. I mean, this is the makings of a good team, and I'm telling you right now, if this formation keeps up doing what it's doing, we might do some damage. You know, again, fingers crossed. We're just trying to avoid promotion or avoid relegation, but it certainly looks good moving forward, at least better than what we had previously. And it's amazing how just a small tweak, a small change in formation can completely change the outlook of this team. Let's get control here. Sophie Willen moves the ball to the outside, gets it down to Asim Chowdhury, who's just going to move the ball down the line here. Gets it to Paul Chowdhury, not a brother. Sophie Willen and scores. Third goal. Waved offside. Too close for me to tell. Let's wait and see what the goal review says. Just fractionally offside. We'll have to take a look at the replay there to see just how close it was. Paul Chowdhury here. Good ball. Oh, it wasn't even remotely close. For some reason, I just pictured Sophie Willen just timing that run perfectly, not having to stop and hesitate, but can't get anything doing on there. Okay, it's 20 minutes left in. We maybe need to make some changes. We got some tired players that are out there. Alice Levine potentially in time. Let's get Paul Chowdhury having a pretty decent game here. We'll get John Robbins in, who's been wanting some playing time. Asim Chowdhury been playing well. Bob Mortimer having an okay game. We'll get Munya Chihuahua on. We'll go ahead and confirm those subs. Do we have any Alice Levine subs for Levine here? Get Jamali Maddox. I really don't want to mess with the defense yet. Give it a little bit more time. Give ourselves a little bit more of a cushion, at least in terms of time. Maybe not in terms of goals, but in terms of time. Chowdhury looks tired. Levine's going to be exhausted here in a moment. Okay, let's go ahead and make some more wholesale changes here. Let's move Aleshe out and then get Maddox in. And then it says Chowdhury and Bracewell in. I got time for one more sub. We'll just hold off on that for now. Always forget to do a little bit of a team talk prior to sending these players on. I always hate forgetting to do that. Ball over the top here. Aston Villa end up retaining possession. And we've got about 5 minutes left until stoppage time. Can we hold on and get a big victory today against Aston Villa? I mean, points today would be fantastic. Oh, goodness. It's a good goal. I mean, that is not going to be waved down offside. We can already tell right now that it's a good goal. No reason to review. It's in. It counts. Yeah, I mean, I could tell that from a mile away. So I'm going to pause. What do I shout here? Should I demand more? Praise? Demand more. Do I have the time-killing thing on? I do not. And then see Pemberton on. You have team talk. Hey. Confirm. Ooh, can we see this out? Please don't blow this. Gosh, I would hate to. Hate to end up not winning this game. Whew, okay. Wow, that is a massive victory. Go to the dressing room. I'm proud of your performance. I'm proud of everybody's performance. This is a team that is, we just keep moving forward. 3 more points, 20 points in 15 games. I mean, better than what I could have dreamed of. And as long as we avoid relegation, I will be a happy boy. So that being said, it'll be a little while before I bring you back. Gosh, do I want to bring you some drubbings against Chelsea? I mean, these games are going to be rough to watch. maybe Brighton and Wolverhampton, maybe towards the end of the transfer window because we got some money to spend, so that might not be a bad idea to bring you back then. But hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, feel free to like, subscribe. More Taskmaster FC content coming every single day as we try to get this team beyond the Premier League, maybe into some European competitions. Probably not this year, but who knows what the future may hold. We'll see you very, very soon. Appreciate your time, and, well, we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.